Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. If you're new here, my name is Julie Mazzoni, and I have been commissioned by a church to make 3 mosaics that will be going around the sides of a fountain. And I have finished the first one. It is not yet installed, and I am working on the second one. So I'm going to show you the design and where I'm at, and then I'm going to get after it. Here it is. The design is Moses in his basket on the Nile River, and I've got some reeds and rushes over here, some lilies, some iris, some background, and let me show you where I'm at. Here's the mosaic. I finished Moses in his basket. I finished making the lilies and the lily pads. And then on this side, I've started the iris, but I haven't finished the foliage. So that is where I'm going to start this week. And when I'm done with the foliage on these iris, I will move to the reeds and rushes, otherwise known as cattails. All right, I think the problem that I'm having with this, and I'm having kind of a hard time with it, is because I can't see the leaves. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a Sharpie and draw some of these leaves back in so that I can see where they start and finish and where they overlap, because this just is a mess and I can't tell what's going on. Cut some pieces of the leaves, and most of them are straight or slightly curved, and you can see that these are more sharply curved. So I'm just taking one that is not quite curvy enough, and I'll be keystoning it a little bit. I'll be cutting notches out essentially so that it can go around that curve a little easier. So for instance, I'll cut an angled piece this way so that it can go around that curve a little better. Oop. That, and then like this. look, it's perfect. I'm going to mark the bottom. And then for this one, because these two lines are so close and I'm trying to stagger the break lines, I'm going to mark where I'm going to cut it in between those two. That's it. I've finished the bulk of the foliage here, and now I haven't used a whole lot of the dark color. So now I'm going to be pushing some of this dark color back behind, sort of more in the shadows, and then I will leave some spaces free to have the pavement behind there, but mostly it will be foliage. That's it. Comparison, I'm actually going to measure this area and see how much I just finished. It's about 14 inches by 12. Now let me measure the next area. This one is about 18 by 18. I do a little bit of math. That means this area is about twice as big as the area with the irises. Plus, there are a couple of cattails behind the Pharaoh's Daughter that I need to add in. So I need to pick out some glass for this that's different than the irises. And this one I was going to use the blue, and I ended up using it over there. So I think I need to find some glass that's going to work for this. That's different than the glass I've already used. So this is the green that I've already purchased for the main glass in this area. And now I just need to pick a little bit of other glass to complement it. It's really beautiful glass with lots of different variation and streaks in it. So it's going to make this area really, really look nice, I think. So here is my starting point. I've got the main green color here. Then I've got a little bit of a bluish green that I can add in. I've got a pop of a brighter green, and then I've got some dark, it's almost brownish, but it's actually opal amber light blue wispy. So quite an interesting mixture there. And then this bright blue if I want to add a pop here and there. So even though it's just foliage with the cattails, which I have not yet picked out the glass for the cattails themselves, just the foliage, there's going to be a lot of color in there, and it's going to be very, I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm laying in my brightest glass on the foliage that's in the front. It will make it pop and bring it forward just a little bit. So I've got a few more to cut. Basically, all I'm doing is right over here, I'll take a strip like this and I will just cut it at an angle with my scoring tool, break it with the breakers, and then place it in here. And I'm not breaking it into a million pieces. I can wait until the thin set is mixed up to do that. This just gives me a good starting point, having the first pieces ready to go. And I have a score line that I can't quite reach with my running pliers. I've got these other running pliers where you can turn the base. My silver schnitz. And let's see if we can get it. There, so easy. Awesome.
Symphony from my heart beats.
I have this pile of pieces that I have cut using the scoring tool and the running pliers. And now I kind of need to clean them up a little bit. So I've been nipping them. And as I nip them, I can hear just from the sound that this is dull and it's time to turn the wheels just a little bit. So I'm going to mark it with a Sharpie and turn them, not even a quarter turn. I usually just turn them a little bit. Let me show you how to track down your Allen wrench that sometimes they come with it. And if they don't, you just need one that fits in there. Then I mark where they currently are so that I'll know when I turn it. I always turn them up that way, both of them. About that much. Now, sometimes they move when you're tightening it, so keep that in mind. That's one down. And this one, because I'm tightening it this way, if it moves, it's going to move that way. So I'm going to put it a little bit higher up. there. Now let me see how they cut. Oh, so much better. After I cleaned these up, I took them over to the grinder just to grind the tips to make sure there's nothing too sharp and to kind of grind that and smooth that area out. So now they're all ready to go. And you know, this glass has two different sides, and one is very dark and one is much lighter. And I'm going to be starting with the lighter side because I'm going to be doing the blades that are in the front. And then after I put a sufficient number in, I will maybe be using some of the darker glass. Not all of it is dark on one side and light on the other though, so it's kind of a crapshoot here what I get. And I like it that way. That way I can pick. This one's dark on both sides, but this one has a light tip. This side looks so lush and just gorgeous green. I can't wait to get the blues in there too to really, oh, I love that side. This side right now, it's looking sparse and I can see all that white thinset, so I just have to look past it at this point because once I have all the greens in there and then I grout with, I'm not going to use white grout, I'm going to use gray grout, you won't see all that white thinset and it won't be so distracting. So I have to look past it at this point and imagine how full and lush this side will be, as full and lush as that side. Pretty soon I'll get there. I don't even think I got halfway done though, because that's maybe a third of the way, because I still have about half down here and plus all the top part. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.